One of the stories that I will never forget is of a young girl who came to the United States thinking that she was going to come here to go to school. And when she came to the United States, she ended up being a domestic servant in someone's home for about 5 to 7 years, roughly. And during that time, she came as a child and was subjected to a lot of child abuse. She was forced to cook, forced to clean, forced to take care of other children. And if she didn't, then she would be burned or she would be beaten. Eventually, there was intervention. And after that time, we got to assist her and provide her with all of those crisis things that she needed. And over time, she stabilized, got to go to school. And just last year, we were able to reunite her with her family. Her family from her home country came to the United States. And after about 10 years of separation, it was really amazing to see that family come together and to get past what had happened to her. Not quite forgetting, but being able to move past that and to see her now successful and going to college, and she wants to be in the medical profession. It's really amazing. So Opening Doors serves refugees, immigrants, victims of crime, and other underserved people here in the Sacramento region. So given the population that we serve are primarily immigrants, a lot of them will be in different types of trafficking situations. In sex trafficking, they may be in a massage parlor or in a brothel in a neighborhood, like a residential brothel. And so we'll see someone who they may be threatened with deportation, they may have their documents confiscated, they may be scared to talk to anyone, they may be taken from place to place, and so those are some of the signs that we look for in terms of that. With labor trafficking, we see people who are being exploited in restaurants or as domestic servants. Oftentimes they're forced to work long hours, they're living in the same place that they're working, and also they're afraid that some harm is going to come to either themselves or their families. A lot of the times when we first encounter a victim, they're in a state of crisis. And so they're either being referred by a local provider, like a domestic violence or homeless shelter. Sometimes they come through to us from law enforcement. And so when we first get them, they're in need of emergency housing, food, clothing, toiletry items, all of the necessities that one would need after just leaving this type of situation. Many people don't realize that human trafficking is going on. It's not something that's necessarily at the forefront of their mind until they see a news story. And so in a lot of our efforts, whether it's doing a TV news story or a radio story, we want people to understand that human trafficking is happening all around us. It's just a matter of knowing the signs and being able to look beneath the surface of what's going on and ask some of those questions that really help a victim to open up about the situation that's actually going on, whether they're being exploited in terms of commercial sex or they're being exploited in their workplace. A lot of times it just takes a relationship and them trusting and opening up to someone to really uncover a trafficking situation. Opening Doors takes different types of volunteers and interns. Sometimes we'll have volunteers participate in community events, like when we go out and distribute posters with the human trafficking hotline on it, or we'll go out and do different type of service projects. And so we're always taking interns and volunteers, people who are willing to contribute their time and skills.